Look at this. This is coming out of Oklahoma City in Skytook Electric this year as severe storms ripped off part of a roof at City Hall. Skytook Electric on the scene to help clean up the damage right away and posted on Facebook telling people to please avoid the area. They're also unable to restore service to customers without power just because of the damage here. Powerful severe storms aiming for that same area that got hit yesterday. So we've got to keep our eyes on this. We've already had some pretty strong thunderstorms this morning blowing across Kansas. Look at this. So far today, already an 88-mile-an-hour wind gust out of Jetmore, Kansas. Part of a line of storms that we're tracking right into Wichita this morning. So heads up, Wichita, we've already had couple of storms rowdy out there this morning. That first batch passed through, and now we've got another on the board. A lot of action out there this morning over into southwestern Missouri, where we had just the devastating flooding out of Springfield yesterday. We have flood warnings up on the board already, but I want to get to this powerful line of storms outside of Wichita. It has weakened some, right? It brought 88-mile-an-hour wind gusts back out towards Jetmore. It pushed through Pratt and St. John with up to 70-mile-an-hour winds. Now warned for 60-mile-an-hour winds, but Wichita, I don't want to lose sight of this. We could see some small hail, but that Boeing segment still very apparent on radar. And just giving you an idea of the timing here, we are expecting it in Wichita in about 40 minutes or so. So under an hour, we'll see this line of storms blow through, and it could produce some isolated damage. Already on the board for Hutchinson, right on your doorstep here, heavy rain. And this is kind of the first round. Now, what we're watching right now out of Kansas into southwestern Missouri, it's kind of the building blocks of what's still to come in parts of the Mid-South and the Southeast later this afternoon. We have an extension of a severe thunderstorm watch until 9 a.m. It was set to expire originally at the top of the hour here, but because of that line of storms moving into Wichita, we have the watch up still for the potential that we could see some damaging wind gusts, maybe some flash flooding also on the table. But note today and tomorrow, we have a severe weather risk on the board. And today, it's upgraded to a level 3. Now, what we're seeing push through Kansas right now, that's eventually going to become our severe weather risk for what we're tracking through this region here. Little Rock out towards Memphis, across Mississippi and Alabama, where we could see some strong thunderstorms that produce damaging winds, maybe some small hailstones. But it's the level 3 risk you see jump off the map. This is for more storms igniting along a boundary as we go through this evening with perhaps some giant hail and damaging winds. Can't even rule out the possibility of a tornado. But hail, one of the bigger concerns. In fact, it's why we had that level 3 upgrade for the potential of hail bigger than the size of an egg. That's 2 inches. And some damaging wind gusts that could top 75 miles an hour. Now, the damaging wind threat does continue to extend all the way across the southeast. Memphis, Greenville, Mississippi, even into spots like Atlanta. If you're flying out of Atlanta this afternoon in the southeast, we are going to be tracking some scattered thunderstorms across the region. So it will be a bit messy. But those damaging wind gusts that could top 75-mile-an-hour gusts, Michael, I think those will be confined to those storms that will watch discreetly form and then become a complex as we get later into the afternoon and evening. Here's your timeline. See those storms coming out of Kansas, igniting more storms along boundaries into the afternoon. And then there's that level 3 risk for storms that comes later into the evening. So kind of 2 threat zones that we'll be watching, and then this all continues repaving across Texas into the day on Monday.
Yeah, unfortunately, your Memorial Day and parts of the Lone Star State not looking the most ideal, to say the very least. And Jane, of course, we turn our attention to what's really happened over the past 48 hours and early 24 hours in parts of Kansas and Missouri. You're looking live there in Joplin, Missouri, where it is heavy rain, showers and thunderstorms in the vicinity. And in Springfield, Missouri, that's just south and west of Rolla, Missouri, that is where we had reports literally of cars submerged and people actually having to be rescued from their vehicles yesterday because of all of the rain we picked up. You look at Springfield, and if you look very closely, now you got to look real close because this is orange and that surrounds Springfield is 3 to 5. But then you look in Springfield proper, and that equates to between 5 to 8 inches of rain, 5 to 8 inches. That unfortunately flowing into the streets, the rivers, the creeks, swelling and overflowing their banks. We had reports of people's basements being flooded out. And because of the fact, as Jane was just showing, we have multiple successive showers and thunderstorms rolling over the same exact area, our flash flood threat has dramatically been increased. So it's a 3 out of 4 on our flash flood threat index. How much rain are we talking by the time everything is said and done through Tuesday afternoon? Well, we could be talking about, on top of the already, 3 to 5, 5 to 8 inches of rain that we've picked up in parts of southwest Missouri, another 1 to 2 inches. And the ground can't handle anymore. You look at places like Huntsville, Alabama, that's the Rocket City over toward Tupelo, Jackson, Texarkana, the Dallas-Fort Worth Metroplex. Through Tuesday, that's 3 to 5 inches of rain. So unfortunately, if you've seen flooding over the past couple of days in these spots, you'll most likely see it again with these showers and thunderstorms ongoing and running right over each other. It's one of the reasons why we have not just flash flood watches that have been issued through Monday, but also flash flood warnings. That's a little bit more urgent. It just means that you really need to pay attention to those creeks, rivers, and streams. Jane, the rain totals are Herculean. Talking over a half a foot of rain in parts of Missouri on top of super saturated ground, and that's going to be why that flood threat's going to be elevated.
Right. These numbers look incredible just since Friday, but note this region has been in the storm pattern time and time again, really since like March.
Yeah.
And so the ground just can't take anymore. And so even just one thunderstorm that maybe even drops an inch of rain could trigger some flash flooding, but you'll see how that coverage of rain just ignites over the same areas as we go through the day, Monday even. So just be smart as you go through this weekend. I mean, Memorial Day weekend also too, a lot of folks taking to the road. So don't drive through those floodwaters, find an alternate route. I know it can be difficult, but you don't want to put yourself in a bad spot.
Not at all. Tulsa through Tuesday, it's another 1 to 2 for you. Oklahoma City, perhaps 2 to 3. Same thing for our friends in Shawnee, Oklahoma. Fayetteville, Arkansas. Again, it's going to be a stormy start to the end of the weekend and into the upcoming work week. But look at these numbers. Memphis, 2 to 3 inches of rain. Little Rock, 2 to 3 inches of rain. That, unfortunately, could lead to flooding.